And Dale said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And the light was not just good. It was not just very good. It was amazingly good. So in the old hosting tradition of the Wrap, I'll tell you at this point that I'll keep it brief. Then I'll probably waffle on forever about all the wonderful music and performances of the past week. We ended up with 160 songs in total, including a few of my own, from 48 of you wonderful people, 49 if you include me. As you remember from my intro video, I was planning to name 3 winners on merit. I was going to simply pick out the 3 best performances and send them all a t-shirt. What could be easier? I'll tell you what could be easier. Rocket science and brain surgery combined could be easier. I realised very early on in the week that choosing 3 winners out of the amazing entries that had begun to roll in would be impossible. By the middle of the week I'd increased that to 6 winners, and by the end of the week I was considering doubling that number again. But I resisted that final increase just for the simple reason that I didn't want to devalue the prestige of winning any further. So here's the plan. I'll make a few honourable mentions to begin with. No prizes here, I'm afraid, just my eternal thanks for the special contributions you made to the season. Then I'll announce the runners-up. About half a dozen of you who came within a whisker of standing on the top step. Again, no prizes, just the agony and the ecstasy of coming so close. And then I'll announce the 6 winners. These were the people who managed to contribute very high quality performances, and several of them. So it was quality and quantity combined. It was the only way I could differentiate. So there we go. So we'll start with the special mentions. Now you may recall at the start of the season I asked you wherever possible to provide a written intro to your songs. A lot of these were very interesting and illuminating. See what I did there? And a couple of them I found very moving indeed. And the first of these was Gina's, recounting how after her brother Nick's passing she'd been unexpectedly presented with some words and music he'd written, which she arranged into a song in his memory and combined it with video footage of old family photos of Nick. This was a beautifully touching tribute, filled with love and tinged with sadness. Thank you for sharing it with us, Gina. I'm sure it wasn't easy. And the other introduction I was moved by was the one by Val, also known as Limousin Lille, for those newbies out there, who wrote about her parents and their wartime experiences. Unimaginably difficult times. So thank you, Val, for sharing that with us as well. Big Daddy Yuka also deserves a mention for several of his songs this week, most notably the one he performed called Light, an ultimately optimistic song about the emotions experienced by parents of children born with birth defects. Again, really moving stuff. Others who get a special mention are Dennis Danner for his 2 originals, Turtle Drum Linda, particularly for her cover of No Reply, which was great, MEP1 for his excellent contributions, Jazz Banjo Rex, not only for his songs, but also for his wonderful, if slightly disinterested, companion Eddie, and for the priceless moment when the lights went out halfway through a performance and he stoically carried on right to the end. Rather ironic when you consider the theme. Also Euphoria for the sheer intensity and drama of his performances, and One Man and His Uke for sheer quality, if not quantity, this week. So moving on to the runners-up, I'll admit at this stage that I really struggled separating the winners from the runners-up. So much so that I enlisted the help of a couple of work colleagues. They didn't judge. I just asked them to listen and comment on some of the performances, which just gave me a slightly more objective view and really helped me to decide on the final outcome. But finally the judgment was mine. So the runners up in no particular order are John, also known as Flat Baroque. Just some great playing and singing, really good stuff across the board. Christopher Fonda, also known as Yukio, only 2 entries, which should really have counted against him, but both performances were absolutely fabulous. The vocals were brilliant. Parbriza, also known as Brian, as usual, some lovely, clever, original songs. Good stuff. Recovering bassist, also known as Trent, lots of good stuff there, always a lot of fun. 17 songs in total, and all of them legal, which was quite amazing. So well done, Trent. Uke in the Heart of Texas, also known as Alan DP. I think I counted 8 songs from you, Alan. Lots of variety, and again, really, really good quality. Thank you, mate. And finally, in the runners-up category, 365 Uke songs, also known as York Steve. Again, some great variety from you as well, Steve, so thanks. And we move on to the winners. Quality and plenty of it was the key here, really. All the winners will receive a Let There Be Light t-shirt. This is the host one, and this is the one that the 6 winners will be receiving. I will iron them before I send them out, I promise. So the 6 winners will receive the t-shirt and also my total respect and appreciation. Due to my mid-season decision to double the number of winners from 3 to 6, I have had to order another batch of t-shirts and some printer transfer paper. So please be patient. Also, all of the t-shirts are large adult size. So for some of you, they will be fashionably baggy. For others, it will be the perfect fit. And for the rest, they'll be uncomfortably snug. You may otherwise wish to have yours framed or hung artistically from the wall, or even use it as an upmarket duster to keep your ukulele collection gleaming. It's up to you. I'd like to see them in future videos, by the way. If you can get into them, if you can wear them and show them off a bit, that would be great. Unless the fit is so bad, it wouldn't be a good idea. But anyway, see what you think. So again, in no particular order, I'll announce the 6 winners and what was for me their standout song. The first, it may be no surprise to know it's Kevin Griffin, also known as, I'll try and pronounce it right, Mezcalero, I think. Some wonderful collaborations with John and with Linda from you, Kevin. But for me, your first solo effort stole the show, which was the Brown Eyed Girl cover. Some great stuff this week, thank you. Now again, pronunciation. I don't know if it's Wim or Wim van Ommen, also known as Exomen. I don't know how that's pronounced, or even if it's meant to be pronounced at all. I don't know. Anyway, Wim or Wim, I enjoyed all your stuff this week. It might surprise you to know that this atheist's favourite was the religious song Light of the World. The playing and the singing on this was perfect. I loved the tune. It was new to me, but it was great, so thank you. Next winner, Bird's Eye View of My Ukulele, also known as Linda. Lovely mixture of material here, Linda. Even a 1-chord Hawkwind song that somehow worked really well. But my favourite was your cover of Sleeping Satellite. which is a favourite song of mine anyway, but it was absolutely ace. Well done. Next one, Mountain Goat, also known as the Glass Canoe, also known as John. Usual very high standard of originals and collaborations this week, John. Thank you. But especially your song Wolves. I read the lyrics on this one first, and I just hoped the music would do them justice because they were great on their own, and it certainly did. The instrumental break near the end just absolutely blew me away. Fabulous stuff. Thank you very much. Next winner is Ju. I loved your Chinese boat song and the wonderful pictures as well, the illustrations. But my favourite of yours was definitely the Light Man song, another original, which just almost effortlessly transformed from depressingly sad at the beginning to positively uplifting by the finish. Just wonderful original stuff there. Thank you very much. And the last, but by no means the least winner, has to be TCK, the Cloverdale Kid himself, also known as Dave, for really good songs this week, Dave. But you won't be surprised to hear that Bright Lights Big City stole the show for me. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Well done. So if the 6 winners could contact me by PM with an address to which I can send your prize. Work address would be fine. If you don't want to give out your home address, I honestly won't be offended by that, so entirely up to you. I'll also, in the text of the post that I put this video in, I will sort out at some point a playlist with the 6 winners' best songs, or what I consider to be their best songs. I'll put a link to a playlist on YouTube sometime within the next day or two. And that's it for this season. Thank you all again for your support and for your wonderful songs. I've had an absolute ball. It's my first season as host, and I would urge and encourage anyone out there who feels that they might want to have a go at this to get in touch with Pa Brizza, who does a fantastic job coordinating it all, by the way, and just go for it. All you need is enthusiasm. I haven't even been playing the ukulele for a year, and if I can do it, anyone can. Thank you all again, and keep the light on. Thanks very much. Bye.